I'm going to save presentations for our next slide. So again, welcome to LMU's Financial Aid presentation for graduate school. Couple of items that if we can please mute our audio and then and use our Zoom Q&A box to type in your questions anytime throughout the presentation. We're super happy that you're here. Go Lions. And then for today, you'll have myself who will be presenting. My name is Maria Flores. I'm the scholarship manager at Loyola Marymount University. And we have Jennifer Bond, who is our associate director of graduate professional programs, and she'll be helping me out today and answering your questions. So please do not hesitate to ask away. She'll be here helping us out. So in today's topics and what we're going to be discussing is, first of all, is defining what financial aid is. We're going to go into applying for financial aid and the eligibility, the different types of financial aid, the cost of attendance, some helpful tips, and then our contact information. So let's get started. So definition of financial aid. What is financial aid? It's money to help students like yourselves pay for college. The different sources of financial aid entail grants, work study, loans, and scholarships, and they all help you make college more affordable. Where does financial aid come from? Financial aid can come from the federal, state, school, and private sources like an employer, church, or a scholarship foundation. Applying for financial aid and key dates and key dates to remember and to take a special note of is that if you'll be starting this summer, please ensure to file the 2022-23 FAFSA at studentaid.gov. The last day to apply for this for summer session is June 30th, 2023, which is coming pretty soon if you think about it. And then in addition, we ask that you submit your summer financial aid application that's available on our website. So two key items. One, submit your FAFSA, which is your on studentaid.gov, and then two, go onto our website and then submit the summer financial aid application. And then in addition, complete and submit your departmental scholarship application that as well can be found on our website. Second portion of this and key information is that we're starting in the fall of 2023, we ask that you submit your 23-24 FAFSA application. So again, key dates or key years to take note of. And then instructions is, you're going to create your FSA ID to sign your FAFSA form electronically. And then for your 23-24, you'll be using your 2021 income and taxes. For both applications, for both years, just make sure to add our LMU school code, which is fairly easy, 001234. And then as well, please complete and submit your departmental scholarship application. So basic aid eligibility. First is you must be a U.S. citizen or an eligible non-citizen. We have to have a valid social security number with the exception of students from the Republic of Marshall Islands, the Federated States of Micronesia, or the Republic of Palau. We must be enrolled in an eligible degree seeking program or a non-degree credential program. We must be enrolled at least half-time. For our graduate seeking students, we have to be students have to be enrolled in half-time, which is 3 units. And then for our non-degree credential students, half-time would be 6 units. And most importantly, we have to maintain our satisfactory academic progress, which we call our SAP. Different types of aid. So we have, as mentioned earlier, we have gift aid, which is grants or scholarships that do not need to be repaid. We have loans, which is borrowed money to be paid back, usually with interest, and I'll go into details about this. And then we have work, so money earned by students as a payment for a job on or off campus, and I'll go into details about this within our presentation today. So grants and scholarships. Our first form of grants is our federal aid. One form is our Teach Grant program, which provides grants of up to $4,000 a year to students who are completing or plan to complete coursework needed to begin a career in teaching. Eligibility for this particular grant, we have to complete our FAFSA. We must be a U.S. citizen or an eligible non-citizen. And then we have to sign a Teach Grant agreement to serve that specifies the conditions under which the grant will be awarded. The conditions entail that you'll be entering, you'll be going into a high-need field at an elementary school, a secondary school that serves students from low-income families, and that you'll work for 4 complete academic years within 8 years after completing your course of study. A special note is something to, as a reminder, is that if you do not meet the requirements of your service obligation, so again, that teach grant agreement, all of your teacher grants you receive will be converted into direct unsub loans. And then these must be repaid, you must repay these loans in full with interest charged from the date of each teach grant disbursement. Our next form of aid, or our next form of grant and scholarships, is our California state grants. And we have two forms, which is the first one is our Cal Grant TCP. So it's our teaching credential program. So undergraduates, if we have any undergraduates in the room who received a Cal Grant A and B within the last 15 months and are enrolled in a teaching credential program, or TCP, after they receive their bachelor's degree, may be eligible to renew their Cal Grant award for one additional year. All we have to do is we have to complete the form G44 and return it to the California Student Aid Commission, or what we call CSAC. And then most importantly, and we'll hear me say this often, is we have to complete that free application for the upcoming year. Our second form of state funding is our Golden State Teacher Grant Program, which is a one-time award of up to $20,000. We have to submit a FAFSA. In this particular case, we are either submitting our FAFSA or we are submitting our California Dream Act. So for students who are unable to apply for federal aid, but are able to apply for our California Dream Act, strongly recommend. We have to be working toward a preliminary teaching or a pupil personnel service credential. We must commit to work at a priority school in California for 4 years. And then we must maintain good academic standing. To learn more about this program and to apply, you would go on to Golden State Teacher Grant, or GSTG, at the CSAC website. And then our next form of grants and scholarships continued is our LMU grants and scholarships. So as I said earlier, one of the key things is for sure apply to financial aid, or FAFSA. And then another key important application is our LMU grants and scholarships, which are awarded directly by the college that you are applying for. So application is located again on our website. And then we have our outside scholarships. So we have internal scholarship and external scholarship. And the way we help you all in applying for these is that we have a website called a Scholarship Universe. And what this is, it's a matching scholarship system that maximizes scholarship opportunities for students like yourselves. It allows students to create an academic profile that enables you to be connected with various outside scholarship opportunities that match their criteria. How it works, students answer questions that get you matched to scholarship opportunities that you're eligible for, and then easily apply online to multiple scholarship opportunities through a personalized portal. And then you get alerted whenever you're matched to a new scholarship, and then you receive automated reminders about pending tasks and next steps. Then we go into our next form of aid, which is our federal direct loans. So our first form of loans are on sub loans. So this is available to degree-seeking graduate students and non-degree credential students. Degree-seeking students can borrow up to $20,500 for the academic year, while our non-degree credential students can borrow up to $12,500. There is no credit requirement check, or no credit check requirement. The current interest rate, because it does change year to year, is a 6.54 with a loan fee of 1.057. And then interest begins accruing on the date the loan is dispersed. To receive this particular loan, you have to complete a master promissory note in our entrance counseling. And this can be found on our studentaid.gov website. The next form of loans that we have is our Graduate Plus loan, available to graduate degree. Sorry about that. Available to our graduate degree seeking students. Students can borrow up to the cost of attendance, so COA, and then minus any other aid award that they're receiving. You must be credit eligible, so we do run a credit check, or they do run a credit check. And then the current interest rate for this particular loan is a 7.54, and the loan fee is a 4.228. Interest begins accruing on the date the loan is dispersed, and as well, students have to complete a master promissory note and an entrance counseling exam on studentaid.gov. The benefits of our federal direct loans is that it's a fixed interest rate, repayment options. There's various repayment options, including income-driven payment plans. We have deferment options, so various deferment options based on your circumstances. And then there's loan forgiveness. So if you work on a certain field, you may be eligible to have some sort of your loans forgiven. All of these different information on all of these different type of repayment options are on the studentaid.gov website. The other loan options that we have, and as you see, our first bullet point is our private alternative loans. It's the last resort that we that students should go to. It does require a credit check. In comparison to our federal loans, there is possible variable interest rates. Students may require a co-signer. And then one of the key important factors is that the private loans is not affiliated with the government or the school. But we do provide you this information on how to go about applying. And this information can be found on our LMU graduate types of aid website. And then the last form of aid students can apply for is our graduate students interested in seeking a part-time position as a graduate assistant or research assistant or teacher assistant can search for available positions on Lion's Job, LMU job board for on-campus employment opportunities. And then students can earn between $2,000 and $3,200 per academic year. And students can use their paycheck can be applied toward tuition expenses or used to assist in other educational expenses. Students interested in work study must complete and submit a revision request form to the financial aid website. This revision request form can be found on our LMU website on our forms page. Let's get into estimated cost of attendance. So what we call our COA. It is the college's total estimated expense for one academic year. This includes your tuition, your room and board, books and supplies and transportation, loan fees, and miscellaneous expenses. A school's cost of attendance is used to determine each student's eligibility for financial aid, such as grants and loans. The example that we provide for you today is for students in the School of Education, and it's based on a 6-unit per term. So we categorize, or we divide the expenses between direct expenses and estimated indirect expenses. So our direct expenses are the actual expense that students are charged. So in this particular example, you see tuition and you see graduate fees, you see how much per unit they're being charged, and then registration fees and graduate fees. Then we have our estimated indirect expenses. This is not billed to the student, so you're not directly charged this exact amount, but it is an estimated charge in regards to your cost of attendance. So items that we include in this is your room and board, your books and supplies, your transportation, personal and miscellaneous, and then your loan fees. When we add both of these items, or both of these items, we have a total cost of attendance of $46,162. Now, one key thing to consider is that your cost of attendance may be higher depending on your program of study and your unit enrollment. So depending if you're full-time, if you're part-time, depending on if you're in the School of Education or engineering, it differs by a little, by a lot. Sometimes it depends on your enrollment. But you can see the cost of attendance by college in the graduate section of our website. Am I going a little fast? I think I am. No, we're good, Emily? Yeah? Okay, so things to remember.
You're okay.
Okay. Check your email frequently. All of our communication with the university, from us, from your department, everything will be via email. For our loan borrowers, don't forget to complete the MPN and the entrance counseling exam. This is very important, especially when we come to billing dates. A lot of students tend to they email us or they're contacting our office on the day that school starts, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my goodness, like I haven't paid my money didn't disperse. And sometimes it's because we didn't complete our MPN or we didn't complete our entrance counseling. Very important, very, very important is complete your departmental scholarship application. And again, this can be found on our LMU website. Register and or save our FinAid at LMU with your spam checker. Again, all of our communication, especially from financial aid, is all via email. So you want to make sure that no email gets lost within your spam or within your junk mail, especially when it comes to due dates, especially when it comes to maybe perhaps departmental scholarship applications or anything in regards to your loans and your financial aid. And then ask questions, which will give you the opportunity right now. Ask questions, research online. Do not hesitate to ask and do your own findings, and then double check with us. And then most importantly, do not wait to contact us. Yeah. And here goes our information. So again, you can always email us, especially if you want to set up an appointment with one of our counselors to go over your financial aid or different options. If you have any questions in regards to filling out forms, maybe a discrepancy or whatever it is, don't hesitate to call our office. If for whatever reason you have the fax information, here goes our fax information, our Twitter account, and then very important, please go into our financial aid website. A lot of this information is on our website and much more thoroughly explained, as well as any forms that we will ever require you to submit will be on our financial aid website. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. So we are there again via phone, via email. Don't hesitate to contact us. And this is now your turn. Any Q&As, any questions?
One thing that I do want to mention about the departmental financial aid application is that departments begin awarding in the summer. So if you plan to start in the summer, it's important that you submit that as soon as possible. I know this is an open house and we're inviting you to apply, but for those of you that are applying for summer, you want to make sure that you submit that scholarship application for the summer.